come is in my command. I am whatever I wish. Say yes. Say yes. Say yes. I guess. Say yes. Say yes. 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 Life is a dance. Any way you look at it, all of our life is a dance. Choose your own partner and pick the best song. Come now and join in the dance. I know that life is a dance. Come now and join in the dance. I know that life is a dance. When we're dancing, life's a breeze. Come on, dance with me. I can help you take the chance. Come on, dance, dance. May I have this dance? We have the lead when we follow our hearts. May I have this dance? Be the dancer, that's who you are. Say yes. Life is a dance.
Good morning, everyone. How's everybody doing this morning? Fantastic, fantastic. Welcome to the Center of Unity. We are excited that you are here this morning. If it's your very first time, we want to say welcome to you. We got a good Sunday morning for you to be here. I appreciate. Last week I had a crazy week. I appreciate the folks that reached out to me, say thank you and the prayers and everything. I had so apparently, when you don't drink water and you work in the heat for like 3 days, your body just eventually shuts down on you. And so I had it happen last Saturday night. We were leaving some folks' house, and I was walking out, and I kind of stumbled a little bit, and Amber said, "You okay?" I said, "Yeah, I'm fine." And I made it down the steps, and by the time I made it to the bottom of the steps, that was it. Everything just started. I mean, it was black, and I was out for like, Amber said it was just under a minute. I was like totally out. And then I woke back up, and then, So went to the hospital, and everything was totally cool, and they just said, you need to drink water, and you need to drink water. You're not 30 anymore. So anyway, I'm totally cool, and I just need to drink more water. That's the lesson this morning, drink more water. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started. Let's do that this morning. But thank you, everybody that reached out. I appreciate it. Singing over me. You have been so you won't light up, mountain you won't climb up, coming after me. There's no wall you won't kick down, lie you won't tear down, coming after me. There's no shadow you won't light up, mountain you won't climb up, coming after me. There's no wall you won't kick down, lie you won't tear down, coming after me. There's no shadow you won't light up, mountain you won't climb up, coming after me. There's no wall you won't kick down, lie you won't tear down, coming after me. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. Oh, it chases me down, fights till I found leaves the 99. I couldn't see it, still don't believe it, but you give yourself away. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God.
Well, good morning, everyone. So good to see all of the people here that are adding their energy to our physical space. And we want to also welcome those who are joining us via our live stream. It is a beautiful thing when we get to come together and when we get to learn and grow and support each other and love each other through all of the highs and lows and valleys of life. And that's what we're working on, and we're going to wrap up this morning. We've been looking at how can we allow that divine presence within each of us to guide us when we always seem to want to try and control it in the physical realm. How can we let Spirit lead the way? And so that's what we're going to explore some more today, and we're glad you're here with us to do just that. And if you're just discovering us, if this is your first time joining us, we want to extend a special good morning to you. And perhaps it is that energy of Spirit of God that led you to participate with us today, and we hope that by following that internal guidance, you are blessed beyond measure. You are deepened in a way you've never been, to know that you are loved, and there is a power and presence that walks this path with you. For all the ways it's going to unfold, and we're going to sing about.
We're going to sing again.
We're going to sing about God bringing us out there onto the waters. Yes. All
Sorry,
right.
we were
Yes, there we go.
working out a little. Okay. Sorry about that, folks. So every one of us encounters moments where life invites us to go beyond what is comfortable, right? And we can choose, we choose in that moment. We either choose fear or we choose faith. And the divine presence is always with us. And he is always calling us into that uncertainty sometimes. And in the Gospel of Matthew, there's story, just keep playing because I'm going to preach a little bit. In the story of, in Matthew, all the disciples are in a boat. And Jesus, he walks out onto the water, and the disciples see this big storm. And Jesus walks out onto the water, and the disciples see him, and they're afraid. And Jesus calls out to Peter. He says, Peter, he says, come out onto the water. And Peter steps over the boat, and he walks out onto the water. And as long as his eyes were focused on Jesus, he walked on the water. And when he began to look around at the circumstances, when he began to look around at what he felt or what he imagined or what he saw, he began to sink. And the story is not about Peter walking on the water. The story is about trust. The story is about trust in that presence. So this morning, wherever if you're sitting on the side of the boat and you're being called out, if you're being called out, know this. The waves are there, but so is the presence. So is God, and He will always be faithful.
You call me out upon the water, great unknown, where feet may fail. And there I find you in the mystery, in oceans deep, my faith will stand. I will call upon your name and keep my eyes above the waves. When oceans rise, my soul will rest in your embrace, for I am yours. You are mine. Waves abound. Need the words. Hand will be my guide. Where feet may fail and fear surrounds me, you never failed, and you won't start now. So I'll call upon your name and keep my eyes above the waves. When oceans rise, my soul will rest in your embrace, for I am yours and you are mine. And you are mine. Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon the waters wherever you will call me. Take me deeper than my feet could ever wander. My faith will be made stronger in the presence of the Spirit. Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon the waters wherever you will call me. Take me deeper than my feet could ever wander. My faith will be made stronger in the presence of the Spirit. Sing that again. Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon the waters wherever you will call me. Take me deeper than my feet could ever wander. My faith will be made stronger in the presence of the Spirit. and keep my eyes above the waves. My soul will rest in your embrace, for I am yours. You are mine.
I'm not sure how to follow that up. Phenomenal, guys and ladies. My name is Grant. I'm a member of your care team. I have the honor of serving with the beautiful Janetta today. We are here to be of service to you. So if anybody needs prayer support, you can meet us over here at, at the prayer chaplain. We'll be happy to provide prayer support. It's totally free and totally confidential, and it's our honor. The word of the day is world peace. Actually, 2 words of the day is world peace. The peace to the world.
The Bible's sacred pairings, lions and lambs, swords and plowshares, reveal that peace becomes possible when I and others hold life's polarities in harmony. These verses remind me that wholeness arises not from opposition, but from integration. Within all people, strength and tenderness, boundaries and compassion, courage and vulnerability arise from the same divine source. Lion and lamb are not rivals. They are facets of one creation. Sword and plow are not contradictions, tools for transformation. Peace begins when we see that opposites both Peace begins when we see that opposites both within and around us can be allies rather than adversaries. As this realization takes root, any impulse to defend or harden begins to fade.
From Isaiah 2:4. They shall beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation. We'll take a moment and pray with me. We know there is only one and one presence, and that is God. And God is absolute good. God is the essence of power, the essence of love, the essence of joy, and the essence of peace. With all these people who have reached out and asked for prayer support and any support that you need in your life, I ask you to take it slowly, quietly, into that quiet place inside. And though whatever challenges you have, God is there amidst it. God's love will soothe, will heal, and will give you any answers you need. And every dark cloud has a silver lining. In every challenge, there is joy, there's a lesson, and a deeper understanding of who He is in our life. Instead of fighting it, we relax, we trust, and we lean into Spirit, knowing that Spirit is always good and always there for you. And we know this is true today, and it will be tomorrow, and so it is.
So this morning, we're coming to the final message in our series, Outrageous Openness, Letting the Divine Lead the Way, inspired by Tasha Silver's beautiful, and I will also say challenging, book. Over these past few weeks, we've explored what it means to trust something greater than the plans that we think we should bring into our lives. We've talked about cultivating our intuition, strengthening our spiritual guidance system, or what I like to call our inner GPS, God positioning system. If we'll pay attention to it, we'll get the guidance of where we should go. And probably one of the more challenging parts of this is learning to live from a greater sense of non-attachment so that life can unfold rather than simply trying to make life meet and fit our desires. Each week has invited us to loosen our grip just a little more and discover where we are trying to control the outcomes of life. And when we can do that, we create room for something even greater, something wiser, something more loving, something likely even better than what we could have imagined or expected. And before we can truly live in this flow of what we'll call divine order, there's one more step that we have to take. Actually, there's a few, but one big one that we have to take. We have to be willing to lovingly embrace what enters our lives. This is the attachment piece. And just as lovingly release what has completed its purpose. Faith grows through practice. And every time that we ask for guidance, whether it be how to choose the perfect gift, or selecting an outfit, or deciding how to spend an unplanned afternoon, we talked about that last week, or navigating the many different ordinary decisions of our life. When we can begin to use it in all of those different aspects, then we can develop the strength so when the difficult challenges, for when that event occurs that we just don't understand or we're unsure of how we can begin to navigate through it, becomes a little easier. We know how to turn on that GPS, and we know that all we really want to program as our destination is what's highest and best for ourselves and for our world. That we live from the purpose of soul rather than the purpose of ego. As Tasha Silver reminds us, we become what we seek. And so the best way we can start is to become more of that which we are wanting to experience in our life. If we want more peace, then we have to practice being peaceful. If we want to be able to trust in life, then we have to start by trusting as often as we can the way things are unfolding. If we want to live in this energy of divine flow, then we need to begin to allow ourselves to step into the stream or the river and go with it. Today, I want to explore a more practical aspect of this journey of allowing the divine to lead the way. And while it's done in the outer realms, it actually is surprisingly very spiritual. And we're going to be looking at ways that we can clean and clear our lives. Sometimes making room outwardly helps us make that same space inwardly as well. Have you ever done that? Have you ever cleaned? I love our storage room has stayed clean now for at least 3 months, which is like a miracle in itself. And to walk into a room and everything's in its place and is orderly, you feel it. There is a lightness that comes from having some level of order in our outer lives. I remember a story that Chris Chenoweth one of my early spiritual mentors, a Unity minister, shared about a woman in his community that frequently asked him to pray for a grand piano. She really wanted a grand piano in her life. And we pray, you want a grand piano? Yeah, we'll pray for a grand piano. And for weeks and then months this went on, and she would come through the line back. Remember when ministers used to do a receiving line? She would come through the line and said, "Are you still praying with me for my grand?" "Oh yes, I'm still praying with you for the grand piano." She had grown up playing one. She cherished those memories. She longed to sort of reconnect with that creative part of herself. And every few weeks, she would make huge affirmations around this. Well, she got ill, and Chris went to visit her in her home. He probably just had a little preview of that. And when he walked inside, he discovered that every available inch of the house was overflowing with newspapers and boxes and furniture and piles of belongings. There was barely enough room to even move through the house. And after he had prayed with her and he was getting ready to leave, he gently asked her, "When your piano arrives, where are you going to put it?" Sometimes we have to make room for that. In fact, usually we have to find a space. We have to clear out that room so something can arrive in its place. So cleaning out our physical spaces is often a powerful way to signal to the universe, to that divine flow, that we are ready to receive something new. We are willing to release what no longer serves us to create room for more of what we want to experience in our lives. So if life right now for you is feeling stagnant, if things don't seem to be moving, then this is a great thing to consider, to begin with your outer environment. Our homes may appear orderly on the surface. I want you to go home and look. Yours may look perfect on the outside, but when you start opening those drawers and those closets, or under the bed, or in the garage, thankfully we don't have basements because, trust me, they are infamous for collecting things. I lived in the north. Everyone has basements, and that's where everything seems to accumulate. And beyond just our physical spaces, take a look at the trunk of your car. What about your wallet? Can you find things? Our desks, if we are working. Even our computers can quietly accumulate things that have been tucked away and forgotten. And yet, they are taking up space in our life. Stagnation isn't always visible, but unless we pay attention to this and actively work with it, it's usually present. And if the thought of letting go of things creates some anxiety, then simply invite this energy of divine wisdom into the process. Ask it, show me what's ready to be released. Sometimes even inviting a trusted friend over to help you, to support you in that process, to encourage you in the letting go process can be a way to really move that process along if you've been struggling with it. Jesus understood this principle. One of the most dramatic stories in the Gospels is the cleansing of the temple. It appears in every one, and many people interpret this as a story of anger, that Jesus had just finally lost it on everybody and was at the end of his rope and just, allowed anger to take over and direct him. And I don't think that that's necessarily an accurate way to understand this. And metaphysically, it can reveal something even deeper to us, because the temple represents our own consciousness. During Passover, the merchants and the money changers had gradually transformed that sacred place in the outer temple into a marketplace, focused on how they were going to make a profit. And Jesus overturning the tables was not to condemn people, but to restore the temple to its true purpose. Likewise, each of us is called to clear out whatever has crowded our own inner sanctuary so that it becomes a place that is and feels sacred to us. So it's not just about our outer world. We're now going to also do some cleansing of our inner world. Whatever it might be that has crowded into that space, whether it be old beliefs or fear or resentments, judgments, they tend to accumulate, and it's time to say, I release you and let you go. Anything that begins to crowd that inner consciousness state that blocks us from remembering who we truly are is a place that needs to be let go. In doing so, we often experience, so it's good to know this as you're doing this, a process that Emily Cady called chemicalization. For those of you who have been around for a while, you've probably heard about this. And she compared this idea of chemicalization to mixing an alkaline with an acid. If you've ever done that in science class, when you mix those two together, there is an immediate bubbling up. There is an agitation that creates this expanded energy that is moving against each other. But eventually, then it settles back down again, and a new balance is found in that. And the same thing often happens to us spiritually when we are making these moves to clear, to cleanse, to let go of certain beliefs and bring other ones in. Oftentimes there is a period of time where there might be increased agitation. We're in that in-between state, and we have not yet blended those two things together to create a more alkaline, peaceful place in our own minds. And what you need to understand that this discomfort is not a fail. It doesn't mean that you failed or that you're doing it wrong, but it's part of the process. Whenever a new truth confronts an old belief, there may at first be confusion. Fear may surface. Anger may arise. Long-held assumptions are beginning to dissolve and then create something new, and there is an agitation that happens. So it's not something to be afraid of or to think that somehow it's not working. Rather, it's evidence that transformation is on the way. Which brings us to the final kind of cleansing as we're doing this work and making ourselves open to what the divine would want to draw into our lives, and that is the cleansing of the heart. The author tells a story of a woman who was enduring a very painful divorce. She insisted that she wanted nothing more to do than to be finished with her former spouse, and yet she remained emotionally consumed by resentment and anger. Although physically separated, emotionally she was still completely attached to this person. Negative emotions, they tether us to the very experiences that we're longing to escape. They keep us energetically connected, often inviting the same lesson back, even if it's wearing a different face. How many of you have had the same lesson in your life? Same situation shows up, it's just changed bodies. Because it's still a part of our energetic makeup. It says, oh, I'm a match to that. You like that? Oh, good. Here, let me give you some more of it. So forgiveness is the tool that we've been given, and it becomes one of the greatest acts of spiritual housekeeping that we can do in our lives. And we don't do it because the person deserves it. We do it because we deserve the freedom. We deserve the willingness to be able to receive the good that life is calling us into. And so as we move into our meditation time, guess what we're going to work on? Yay! Whether it is wanting to change and understand the beliefs that we're holding on to in head, or we're ready to release and let go of any attachments we may still be holding on to in our heart. We just allow these next few moments, as we are willing, to reveal and to guide us into how it is that we are being called to let go, to transform the things that may be keeping us out of the divine flow. And so I just invite you to get comfortable right where you are. You can close your outer eyes if you're willing, or just focus on some point in the room so that all of your attention is now focused on your inner space. As you take a deep breath and let that breath go, feel the rhythm of the breathing moving in and out of your body, aligning you with the natural rhythm of life, the very breath of life itself, the natural flow when we are fully aligned, immersed, and being guided from our divinity. As you take another deep breath in, breathe in your desire to see or feel or know or understand what it is right now that is asking to be cleared out of your life. Whether it's physically, mentally, or emotionally. Allow your own inner guidance to reveal in this moment one thing that you can do that will open the path into divine flow. And whatever it is that you've received, just make a commitment, knowing that it is for your highest good. It is to bring forth that which you most desire, to do the work to let this go. Whether that's the physical releasing, whether that's to see and understand and be willing to engage with it in a new way, or to let go of all of the emotional attachments that have you tethered to that particular aspect of your life. And if nothing came in this moment, simply be open as this day unfolds for Spirit to enlighten and enliven you to where you're being called. What is seeking to let go? And then we ask that this divine space that we've created be filled. Be filled with our ability to be in the purpose and the presence of our soul, to lead us, to not only make that transformational journey in our own life, but to be a positive influence, to make a difference in our world. And whenever you're ready, you can begin to bring your attention back to this time and to this space, aware again of your body and the chair supporting it. Taking one more deep breath And then whenever you're ready, you can bring your attention back and open your eyes. So Tasha offers several beautiful practices for releasing old emotional ties. And sometimes those are the most difficult, at least in my experience, to let go of. So she says this, if you're struggling with this, she says, write a letter to the situation or to the person that you know you're never going to send, so you can be as brutally honest about what you're feeling and thinking in that moment. And then, just as we do in our annual New Year's tradition, burn it, shred it, release it. She also says that you can, and I've done this several times, take a bath with Epsom salts and imagine as you're soaking in that all of those heavy attachments are being dissolved into the water, and then as the bathtub drains, that they are now being flown to a different aspect of life. You can burn sage or another cleansing herb. Sometimes that helps to feel like you are being assisted in the release. She suggests that it might be helpful to let go of photographs or letters or objects that continue to anchor you to the past. Maybe you don't have to throw them out, but maybe pack them up and put them away somewhere. If forgiveness is really challenging, then continue to pray. Divine beloved, as she likes to say, show me the way, help me, support me in releasing this and forgiving this. And finally, to have compassion for yourself and for others as you go through this journey. It's not an easy path that we've chosen in this human journey of human life here on earth. And yet, we are each, if we're here, being called to navigate it. These simple rituals remind us that the heart and the mind, and it's safe to let go in those spaces. As we conclude the series, perhaps the greatest principle of outrageous openness isn't simply asking God to bring us something new. Perhaps it's about being willing to make room for it. May we have the strength to clear what is cluttering our homes, our hearts, and our minds. May we trust enough to release what has completed its purpose in our life. And may we remember that every ending creates space for a new beginning. And most of all, may we continue to have faith that there is this divine presence alive within us, whatever name we want to give to it, leading us to our highest good, even when it doesn't look like it or feel like it in the moment. This is the flow of life that Jesus is calling us into whenever he invites us to pray. Thy will be done.
I'm so confused. I know I heard you loud and clear, so I followed through. Somehow I ended up here. I don't want to think, I may never understand that my broken heart is a part of your plan. When I try to pray, all I got is hurt and these 4 words. Thy will be done, thy will be done, thy will be done. I know you're good, but this don't feel good right now. And I know you think of things I could never think about. It's hard to count it all joy, distracted by the noise, just trying to make sense of all your promises. Sometimes I gotta stop, remember that you're God and I am not. So thy will be done, thy will be done, thy will be done. Like a child on my knees, all that comes to me is thy will be done, thy will be done, thy will. I know you see me, I know you hear me, Lord, your plans are for me, goodness you have in store. I know you see me, I know you hear me, Lord, your plans are for me, goodness you have in store. Thy will be done, thy will be done, thy will be done. Like a child on my knees, all that comes to me is thy will be done, thy will be done, thy will be done. I know you see me, I know you hear me, Lord.
Good music today. Well, it is our opportunity now to share of our financial good with this ministry. All that we do is from the support, from the financial contributions of the people in this community. So we're very grateful for the many ways in which we receive our good and for the ways in which allow us to continue to create this space and to invite people in who are seeking to know life, to live life, and to feel that sense of divine presence in their own life. In just a moment, the ushers are going to invite you to come up row by row, and if you're offering a gift today, to place it in the large basket, and then receive an affirmation to bless you this week. If you give electronically, which many people do, just come and be, if you're able to be in that flow of giving and receiving, to remember that that electronic energy of financial good is blessing this ministry, and then also receive an affirmation. And if you're watching us online, you can go to centerofunity.org and donate there. And then on the donate page, if you scroll down, there's also an affirmation there to bless you this week. So let us take what we offer today into our hands and into our hearts as we bless it together. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, Father, Mother God.
Center of Unity. Join the corked group for beach ball bingo and summer potluck. Bring a beach-themed bingo prize and a summer dish to share. Beverages will be provided. We need 8 volunteers to help keep our church grounds beautiful. It will only take about 1 to 2 hours once a month. If you're interested in helping, contact Diane Diven or Kenny Green. Our new Joyful Moments to Share bulletin board is here. Celebrate weddings, graduations, anniversaries, new adventures, family milestones, and more by submitting a photo and brief description through the COU website or app.
Help us support our neighbors in need. Bring non-perishable, shelf-stable food items to Fellowship Hall by the last Sunday for the Grace Food Pantry. Healthier options like low sodium, low sugar, and high fiber foods are especially appreciated. Please remember to check those expiration dates. There are multiple ways you can make a donation to Center of Unity. You can drop your donation off at the church, mail it to our P.O. Box, visit our website, or use the COU or Venmo app. Your continued support is greatly appreciated.
All right, well, thank you for joining us this week. We look forward to seeing you all back next week, and we are going to sing our kids in.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Yeah, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
All right, it was hot and muggy out there. But the little ones had a great time doing rubber ducky relay race and splash ball, catch, and throw. So I'll let them tell you about what they, on the movie they saw, because they're continuing with the Lego movie, and about courage. You're going to share?
Today we played ducky relay, and it's where first person has to grab number 1, second person has to grab number 2, and the third person has to go to number 3.
Okay.
Today we watched another part of our movie, and it was about how our main character didn't want to do something, but he did it anyway because he knew it was the right thing to do.
Today, in addition to the movie, we made hats. Yeah. So basically, what I took from the hats was, let's call it my artistry. Even though you really couldn't tell what I had on the hat, it's really about being creative with the tools that you have and creating something, and that leaves you limitless.
Today we learned about faith and courage with the Lego movie and how we can act on decisions even though we don't want to do them.
All right, anyone else? All right, and because Sawyer's hat, he started working on, he was getting frustrated, and I looked at it and I said, that looks like a abstract shark. And he goes, it is. All of a sudden I helped him realize what it was. It wasn't how he started out to do it, but then I saw it for how I saw it, and then that encouraged him. So.
All right, so we're going to stand up. We're going to wrap ourselves around this space. We'll make a big circle. We'll go hand in hand, and we're going to sing our peace song.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be with God.
And so as we go into this day, into this week, allowing what needs to be released to go with ease and with gentleness, we go knowing our prayer for protection. We'll do it as call and response. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. Together, wherever we are, God is, and all is well.